Hello everybody, this is Sapphire here from the Starcraft team, bringing you another exciting replay. Now in this match we've got mOOnGLaDe, none other than mOOnGLaDe spawning as the blue Zerg versus Raydric spawning as the red Protoss. Now this replay pack was sent by through to us very nicely by mOOnGLaDe, who is the consensus #1 player in Australia right now, as well as being considered one of the top Zergs worldwide. I know he played in the HDH, he won the last Trans-Tasman, he's played in a bunch of show matches. He's the #1 seed for this weekend's Trans-Tasman, so yeah, looking forward to a really high level, really exciting game here from one of the best Zergs in the world and the current best player in Australia. So yeah, looking forward to a good game. Looking like we're seeing a 9 Overlord build here, possibly with the very fast scout going out. I like the scout timing. I know it's been a constant debate in IC, Team Liquid IC and on the forums about when to scout a Zerg, so I do like this early scout here going out from mOOnGLaDe. Both players looking for an early scout here. Raydric sending out a scout to the top right while mOOnGLaDe scouting the bottom right, so these players are going to take a while to find each other. This Overlord from mOOnGLaDe should be finding Raydric relatively soon. We are seeing Chronoboost being used by Raydric on his economy, so looking pretty standard here. The positioning, opening up that sort of central channel there for a Zealot block, so I like that from Raydric. Meanwhile, we aren't seeing a fast expansion from mOOnGLaDe yet. We are seeing 13 pull first, so it could be a 13 pull into 15 hatch perhaps, or we may see some trickery. At the moment it's looking pretty standard, pretty solid from mOOnGLaDe, and Raydric and mOOnGLaDe are just sort of trying to find each other. Be curious to see whether Raydric throws down a second gate. No, he's throwing down an early assimilator, so I'm assuming we're going to see a fast Psycore, not the second gateway to apply that early pressure on Zerg, so I'll be curious to see what choice Raydric goes with. He does go with the Cybernetics core, and mOOnGLaDe's scout is coming in now, so this Overlord's going to pick up this tech-orientated build and not the 2-gate expansion. So I would imagine that mOOnGLaDe's going to be pretty comfortable to expand from this position. He hasn't thrown down that gas yet, which he's at 15 supply, so I'd imagine we'll see that gas soon and an expansion once he recognizes that this is not a 2-gate all-in. And mOOnGLaDe's picking it up now, the drone is moving into the base, and the Overlord's coming in, so he's going to get all the information, while at the same time, Raydric has scouted out mOOnGLaDe, so he's going to be able to see this. We may be seeing a expansion drone coming out here, so Raydric may try and interrupt this if he recognizes fast enough, but no, mOOnGLaDe's able to get it down without too much harassment from Raydric there. So looking pretty standard at this point. A nice little gas steal going on there from mOOnGLaDe, just to be a little bit annoying to Raydric and pick up any kind of scouting information this building can do. From a Protoss point of view, it's quite annoying to have your second gas go down. It's not quite as annoying, I find, as Terran, who just get absolutely infuriated by that second gas being taken. And we're seeing sentries come in, so these Zerglings are not going to be able to do too much, especially with the Zealot in place. That Zealot's going to be alright. That may be going to be able to work on this pylon, and mOOnGLaDe is microing very nicely here. We are seeing this pylon being worked on, but once the sentry's out, it's going to be just fine. It's just going to be a race about how much damage they can do before the sentry gets there. Now the Zealot coming in, and the mOOnGLaDe Zergling's trying to sneak past, but nice micro there by Raydric, although mOOnGLaDe was maneuvering nicely, but now he's completely blocked off. He's got this Zealot and sentry in place. You could think about possibly throwing down another pylon just to be safe, but no, he seems committed to this tech build, and we are seeing a robotics facility, so fast robotics facility going down, and another gateway, so possibly looking to go into fast Colossi, at least a very fast observer to figure out what's going on. So could be Immortals if we see a Roach Warren going down, but mOOnGLaDe at this point just seems to be content to macroing up, playing early pressure with his Zerglings. He hasn't got speed upgrade yet, so yeah, we are seeing speed upgrade finally on the way now, so he was saving exactly for that. So yeah, nice play by both players. mOOnGLaDe's APM is off the charts right now, currently at 240 compared to Raydric's 100. But yeah, you know, not reading too much into APM. I know a lot has been said right now that, you know, players can just spam drones and stuff to warm up and get their count higher, but no, it is showing that this is a high level game, and yeah, looking forward to what Raydric's going to throw at him. He's obviously got this very determined strategy for fighting Zerg on this map, and we are seeing a fast Warp Prism. So this will be interesting to see how mOOnGLaDe defends this. He is going to work on these destructible rocks, and once he gets his way through these, he's going to be able to work on the other destructible rocks and have a free superhighway into Raydric's base. So Raydric really needs to pick up on this. This is nicely positioned Overlord here on this cliff from mOOnGLaDe, which is out of range of this sentry, and it means mOOnGLaDe gets all this scouting information with no unit on this cliff to give him vision to deny it. So I like the play from mOOnGLaDe so far. We're seeing this War Prism moving out with 3 Stalkers, actually. He will pick up this Overlord, so he's going to take this Overlord off the cliff. So nice play there by Raydric. He recognises the danger of having that Overlord there the whole time. So Raydric takes that out with a nice War Prism on the cliff. And now he's picking up the 4th Stalker. So we could see some Stalkers being dropped on cliffs here. Perhaps trying to deny this expansion, kick in some harassment. He could even think about doing some in and outs if he's not too worried about the Queen. So yeah, once he's got Warp Gate technology online as well, which is being researched now, then he will be able to do even more harassment. And I'm starting to lose my voice, so sorry about that. But no, we are seeing these Stalkers come down. I would have liked to see them go on the cliff, but they're going in and out here, so we may see 2 Stalkers dropped and maybe 1 or 2 on the ground. No, he seems committed to denying these Zerglings of mOOnGLaDe from getting into the destructible rocks there. Nice play by Raydric. Nice reaction time by mOOnGLaDe there, recognizing that he needs to open up these rocks and deny this drop ability, which is completely shutting down mining at his expansion. Meanwhile, mOOnGLaDe himself is working on Raydric's own destructible rocks, so we're seeing some crazy rock wars here, while Raydric just sort of content to hover around the map, look around with his Warp Prisms, find anything else he can sort of take out. And really, with very small investment, just 4 Stalkers, he's able to completely shut down this expansion, and mOOnGLaDe's going to have to really work to get some kind of counter going. He's committing to this speedling build. These lings are almost into the base, so if he can pump enough lings into Raydric's base, he can probably do a lot of damage. Recognizing what's going on, Raydric is moving all of his troops over to try and deny this. A lot of speedlings here, though. I imagine that mOOnGLaDe's just going to leave him on there and take the damage. No, he's backing off now that he's been seen. Not willing to risk his troops in case he gets denied there, but no, he was thinking about going out the front, but now he's turning back. Looks like mOOnGLaDe wisely not wanting to risk too many of his troops here. He really needs to take out this harassment at his own rocks, and which he is doing. He's working on these destructible rocks, content to just take the Zergling casualties. No, now he changes his mind. He's backing off. He's still probably looking for some kind of high-tech units. He does have Hydralisk stand online with range being researched, so once that's online, he will be able to take those rocks out easier. But no, once again, sending in and then going back, so a little bit of dancing there by mOOnGLaDe, just trying to keep Raydric a little bit off balance. But Raydric's strategy of going straight to Stalkers in Warp Prism was pretty nice. I mean, it's completely shut down the expansion, which is a big asset to Zerg on this map. There's these drones here just not doing anything. But now we are seeing these Hydras come in, and they do have the range upgrade, so they're going to go to town on these rocks without taking any hits whatsoever. So these Stalkers are just going to be vulnerable to these speedlings once these rocks go down. I'm sure that we'll see a similar reaction from Raydric, but no, these Speedlings are going in. They're going to surround the Raydric Stalkers quite easily. Raydric has obviously been ignoring them. These Stalkers going down, being completely surrounded by these Zerglings. So these Zerglings picking up some free kills. There's one at the Zelnaga tower, but he's going to go out too. His ride home was picked off by this nice move by these Hydras, and then these Zerglings going to pick this off. Now, the destructible rocks, Raydric recognizes that with the Hydras, it's much easier for mOOnGLaDe to snipe these, so he's put a few Stalkers on the cliff, try and interrupt this. And we're seeing Immortals come online, which will counter Roaches pretty hard. Hydras are going to still do okay against them. I like the composition with so many sentries. It's probably going to come down to Force Field Micro. And Raydric moving across the map here, recognizing that he needs to do something. He's on a one-base play, and now mOOnGLaDe's expansion is up online, fully saturated. So he's going to be under extreme pressure to get something happening. Looking like it was a sneaky third expansion on the way for mOOnGLaDe, but he turns back once he sees what he's up against. So mOOnGLaDe recognizes this is here. Good timing for mOOnGLaDe, because now he can move his troops into position. Here's Speedling Hydra, possibly outnumbered here. We're seeing a lot of force fields go down, but the Speedlings do get through. Hydra's going to work. Most of the damage being taken by the Speedlings. These force fields weren't really able to deny the Speedlings channel into there while they worked their way through. The Zealots are still alive, the force field's expiring, and most of the Speedlings going down. This army is still relatively intact for Raydric as he works on these SCVs, but we are seeing more Hydralisks going down. We are seeing the Queens come into it, so we're seeing these sentries start to get melted. The Guardian Shield's going up, but it's not going to be enough. Their last few force fields being fried. This final Immortal being taken out, so mOOnGLaDe surviving that very, very well. His Queen and Hydra reinforcement coming in at just the right time. Be curious to see whether mOOnGLaDe looks to capitalize and push out with his Hydras immediately, or whether he just rebuilds another force to try and get there. I would like to see some more Roaches mixed into this, even though Raydric has been committing to these Immortals.